Hi guys, it's Jimmy, and today I'm talking Omega. Got some of my Omegas out. Uh, Up to this time, I've only really collected vintage Omega. I have not bought any new ones yet. On my wrist, I've got a 1968 transitional Omega Speedmaster, so it's a pre-moon. Has the 321 dial, but with the 861 movement in new old stock condition. It's an absolute plum. Yeah, just amazing. Never seen one in such good condition. Only got a little chip of paint missing off the chronograph second hand. So just beautiful. And when you compare it to my 1967 321, so they're 1 year apart. And yeah, that's what over 50 years of wear does to a watch compared to your old stock one. So yeah, similar patinas, but obviously this is aged perfectly. Dial and hands in this is aged quite well. Hands have gone dark, but that's typical. And of course the bezel is yeah, all chipped, but it is the original dot over 90. This has the dot over 90. That's where all the value is. And of course with the long index dial, step dial, that's where the value is also. Yeah, you can see the step dial there. Yeah, love these watches. This one I wear a lot. The 1967 321. If I'm wearing a vintage chronograph, it's usually this. I'll pick this over my vintage Daytona. There's just something about it. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because of the way it's been heavily worn. The case is original, but yeah, everything's original on it. I've been thinking about sourcing an original bracelet, but as for the watch itself, yeah, it's all original, and it's just amazing how it survived. Even the original plexiglass, which I didn't polish out, I just cleaned it so that you could see through it a bit better, but I left all the battle scars on there, as you can see. And because the first thing you typically do is, you know, get a bit of sort of 600 grit and then 1200, and you sand them back a bit, and then get the polish onto it and bring the crystal back. But because it's not chipped badly anywhere, and it's just got does have some, you know, deep scratches in it, I thought all I did was used like it was just a basic sort of car polish, and just to clean the dirt out of the actual scratches, and so it retains the scratches, but you can see the dial quite clear. So it's, you know, it's about as original as you can get in that way. I haven't touched it. When I got the watch, it did have a lot of sort of grime, you know, in the case back bits, between the lugs, sort of under the bezel, and used a soft brush just to remove that, and that's all it did. That's all I did to it. So yeah, it's a real original survivor. I think maybe that's why I enjoy wearing it. Just love that watch. This one, you know, being your old stock, it typically sits in the safe. I don't wear it. So appreciate having it because I haven't seen one this good yet. But yeah, so I appreciate wearing this one. I appreciate owning this one. Anyway, got a new old stock Seamaster here from 1980, the gold plated one. And I've got a military piece right here from 1944. If Mark P is watching, you'll know what this is here. I think he has the same model. He'll know the reference. Don't know it off the top of my head. Yeah, it's an aluminium cased watch. It's like I think it's a navigator's watch. It's got fixed spring bars, so it can only take this kind of strap. And it weighs nothing, so light. Really nice blued hands. This one has a replacement crown. But yeah, pretty cool. Anyway, the reason I'm talking about Omega is a couple of days ago I got a text message from one of the guys I deal with in watches. And he's asking me if I'm interested in a military Omega. Now, it's not a vintage watch. It's within the last 20 years. And the cool thing is it's an Australian issued military Omega with the SAS case back. It has the Who Dares Wins logo on the case back. Comes with a really good story. So it's got provenance. He bought it. This guy that's offering it to me bought it off the wife of the now deceased SAS soldier. It's a really interesting story. The thing is, the military aspect of it and the interesting story is what makes me want the watch. The model itself is not a model I like. It's a variant of a Seamaster. I've never liked this model. Aesthetically doesn't do anything for me. But the military aspect of it, really interests me. The price is not really high. It is high for what it actually is, compared to what the standard ones sell for. But put it this way, if it was a Rolex with this case back, I can only imagine it'd be 50, 60,000 at least. Whereas this watch is quite affordable. It's just a lot dearer than a standard Omega Seamaster. So I'm not telling you exactly what model it is, because I'll leave that just in case I buy the watch. I'm still thinking about it. That way I can, I'll show you in a video. And the more I think about it each day, the more I'm thinking I want to buy this watch. So sort of torn between the fact that the actual watch is not something I typically buy, but I do like military pieces, and I know I'm probably never going to get my hands on a Mil Sub or anything like that. Basically because they've gone so far out of reach price wise. I'd have to liquidate quite a bit of my collection and pour a fair bit in just to get my hands on one. So that's not really going to happen. Whereas this is, it's an Australian issued watch. It's an Omega, so it's not some little quartz watch. It's a proper mechanical watch. It's got the cool SAS case back with the Who Dares Win logo, and I'm thinking, regardless of not caring for that particular model Omega, I think I have to grab it. I've been lucky to be offered it because he knows I'll keep it in my collection. I won't try to auction it off or put it on eBay and do anything silly like that with it. He doesn't want that happening to the watch. And so let me know what you think about that, guys, what I should do. And what I've done is I've brought out something else I collect, antique pistols. And I want to show you guys this one right here. So for you guys that are here for the watches, I'm sorry, you may not appreciate seeing this. Maybe you can switch off now, but I'm sure there's plenty of guys, because you're all collectors, who would like to see this. So been interested in going to military fairs all my life. My father took me there as a small child and continued doing that my whole life. So over the recent few years, I've got into collecting antique pistols. Majority flintlocks like this. Love this. This is a cannon barrel flintlock pistol. It's made in London. I mainly like collecting anything from England or from France, even Belgium. They're the main ones, but English pistols and French are some of the nicest I've seen. As you can see, it's got a cannon barrel style barrel. It got a little bit of information here. So the maker is Al Barber, and it's circa 1730 to 1740. Now, let me see. If I bring that in close, you'll see his name there, Al Barber. And there's all your proof marks, and I think his initials, LB. And then it has a few other things. You can see it's London up there. It's still all, everything still works. The lock still works. So that's all operational. flash pan's nice and tight. Has a removable barrel. I'm no expert on these things, I just buy what I like, so I'm not going to pretend to know anything about them. I've just oiled it, obviously. Smooth, smooth barrel, smooth bore. Don't know the colour, the size. I'm not certain on that. It is quite large, I know that. It's a gorgeous surviving piece that's got the original screws. All these things were handmade. Everything's original, nothing's replaced. It's got a teardrop stock. I love the teardrop stocks. Love the swell knob with the like lion's head. It's so cool. No cracks in the timber, original timber. Yeah, love the teardrop stock. Usually done on higher end, guns. I'm guessing it's not a low end gun. It's a gorgeous piece. But these are another thing that interests me. I don't claim to know a lot. The guy I deal with is a Russian master gunsmith. He's been in Australia for quite a while. His collection is outstanding. He has parts of his collection displayed in museums all over the world. And of course, on the side, he's a dealer. The pieces he doesn't keep for himself, he offers to select few. I'm lucky to be one of those guys that just have a look at his sort of his B range of things, and this is one of them, which is gorgeous. They're not cheap, they're very pricey, but I believe they hold their value. I'm not saying they're gonna, they're not doing the Rolex thing and jumping by 20% every year, but your money is safe in these. So he hasn't even had initials put in the plate here, so that's cool. But yeah, love that it's got the proof marks, the maker Alibaba, and that's just another one of my passions. You gotta have these things as a man. We don't do a lot of other things. Well, myself, I've got this collector bug, and I appreciate the history of these things. So this is one of my prized, guns out of my collection. I've got a few others that are very nice. I'll show you. I usually buy 1 or 2 pieces a year. This year we didn't have any military fairs. I didn't get to meet up with my antique gun dealer, so nothing this year. But the next one I hope to get will be I want to get a full set boxed. You can find these some luckily in original boxes with all the cleaning kit and all that stuff. So I'm hoping that they get a lot more pricey, but not as pricey as vintage Rolex, but you go into the tens of thousands, that's for sure. And even the gorgeous little stand is made for it. I display this. This is displayed in my entry of my home with some other antique pistols, and they're just gorgeous. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed that, and until next time, have a great day.